I feel like I gave birth right now. I needed to have that moment with you on the board because it's been a while.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you. Nice weather today.
Perfect weather.
Yeah,
perfect weather. Somebody's very lucky.
Yes.
Both of us, I guess.
I felt very much traveling on the way here. I was like a bit in a dream state. I love Berlin when it's like that.
Yeah. People are all out, right?
Glossy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Lush.
Everybody usually just takes a free day somehow when it's sunny.
Yes.
And I love that.
Well, not everyone can, but
no, yeah.
But today
a lot of people do.
I had a very chill day.
Yeah.
I have just 2 things today. It was like meeting you, and then this evening
singing.
Singing, yes.
No. You're here.
Thank you.
Yep. There you go. Okay. You remember the time that all of the flights were grounded?
Ah, yeah.
So all the flights were grounded, and my mom was in Paris. And you know, you're French, so you know the French. Mm-hmm. The French don't care. And so there was a strike of the railways at the same time as the flights weren't flying. And my mom was pretty determined that she wanted to go back to Italy. And so she went at the central station, and at the central station they wouldn't let her, there were no trains. But then outside there were taxis. And so she took a taxi to Milan.
Oh, from where?
From Paris.
Oh, okay.
From the main train station of Paris to the main train station of Milan.
Wow.
1,400 euros.
Oh, must have been a happy taxi driver.
Yeah, so the taxi driver said, you know what, I'm gonna do it, but I will get bored on the way back. So let me pick up my wife. And
amazing,
so
yeah.
they had an appointment for a few hours later. And the three of them, they drove. They tried to catch a train in Switzerland, but there was some sort of problem with the trains in Switzerland as well. And so they had to go all the way to Milano, and from Milano, a very convenient train all the way to Rome. Because she wouldn't stay in Paris one day more. No cloud could hold her back.
This is a buyer agency example. Like whatever it takes to make that pain go away.
You've been in marketing land, right? So you're thinking urgency, scarcity,
because I've seen
time pressure.
I've seen it in action. It's fascinating. It's completely not irrational, like illogical, right? But many decisions are not logical. So it's just when it's like I don't know, pressure is high
Yeah.
for whatever reason. It's just a very different result. That's so. What people spend money on at a certain time for a certain reason is fascinating for me.
Yeah, yeah,
In
yeah.
that example, it's more of that.
That's what I'm listening to a lot of talks from Rory Sutherland,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and he talks all the time about this fact that this misconception that the buyers are somehow rational and we are economic deciders that use rationality is completely out of whack. We decide based on instinct, and then we use rationality to backtrack and say, oh look, that made sense because this, because that. But it's first we buy and then we justify it.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
we move somewhere and then we say, oh, but look, it's a very promising place to live. And that's totally normal. So, did you buy? What did you buy?
What did I buy?
Yeah.
You mean like recently?
No, I mean you were at this seminar.
I bought her book.
You bought
Her book.
the book. Okay.
She had a book that she published a month ago. I think a month ago, so it was perfect timing. She also placed it at the event when we were all there. But I didn't buy more from her because for me, I was not coming to buy. I already bought some parts of her program, but
Yeah.
I came with intention to learn from her, and I got it. But I wouldn't have got it to go in a mastermind, for example, with the other women. So no.
So you were there. It was this 2-day seminar.
Yeah.
2-day seminar. Dr. Amanda, and 1/2 day was just selling. So
Well,
1.5 days was seminar and half a day was selling. you told
Exactly.
me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And the value of the first day was amazing.
Okay.
It was more than the value of $500.
Uh-huh.
So less than 500 euro, right? Because the workshop, and it was really prime time with her. She was giving all her up-to-date knowledge in live. So it was almost like a live webinar with her a whole day. So that was very valuable. And it's interesting because the woman who was not happy with the sales part.
Yeah.
And this is where Amanda had a point when she was calling her out. She couldn't appreciate the value she had on the first day, right? So it's more on the framing. So it's like basically, I lost my money. That was the position of that woman. And for me, I could have gone home after the first day.
Right.
For me, the second day was bonus. But we were all here with the same experience, but just maybe different expectation.
So basically what you're saying is that there was that exchange of value that justifies then and gives permission to the other part to say to sell something, no matter if you want to buy it or not.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, for me, it's coming from where I come from, it's not shocking because I'm in the business. But the context of those women, most of them are not, and it's triggering. I think there was something triggering for the woman to see Amanda to be acting like a businessman.
Yeah.
Because this is a strategy that has been used in many conferences, like multi-layers of marketing. I asked a bit around to understand is this a thing, and it's a known method. You mentioned as well that. And I think it's just not often that we see a woman doing it.
So
there was that, like I think expectation, and that's exactly what Amanda is addressing.
Advocating. Yeah.
She's like, if you are triggered, examine why.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
here running a business, and I know what I'm doing, and I'm not apologetic about what I'm doing here. I know the value of what I'm doing. So I reflecting later on that. It's like, okay, why? And for me, that was like more admirable than something like, oh, that's bad. I think the part that was missing was more of a open communication. That the second day would have that.
Yeah.
But
Our cranes, yes,
Yes.
always. Yeah. Always
just standing
here.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's a good reflection.
yeah.
That,
but,
you
but
know-
at the same time, you wouldn't. I think I don't have to justify it in the program that's expected.
Yeah.
If you know how business works, right? But those women who come, they are divorcees, they're a single mom, they change career, they don't like themselves, they maybe have an affair. So it's women, like the audience, the pain point that bring those women, like they are like 40, 50s, more towards 50s. There's a part of themselves that they deeply don't like, and they feel not valuable by aging. So that's really the angle of Amanda.
That
Like-
instead,
Like you are, as a woman, you are aging and you feel unworthy
unworthy.
by
Yeah.
aging. So it's women who are progressing in life and who feel less and less and completely like at the end of their lives, although they are in their 50s, you know. So it's not coming from a lens of business, like you're gonna be a businesswoman, that you're gonna build your business. That's not her angle. That's a result that may happen for some women who take ownership of their lives. So we have quite the same route, actually, how we start,
Yeah.
but how it converges is very different. So it was interesting for me to see more her ways and what I can incorporate, but not confuse myself with her, and that's totally fine. So yeah.
You know, there's a lot of, let's say, complaints from both sides about selling, because there's creators and coaches that complain when people don't buy, and
Yeah.
people don't buy when they're not qualified. Okay, they don't.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why people don't buy. They're not qualified enough.
Yeah.
They're not at the right moment of the journey. And then there's a lot of complaint on the other side of, let's say, people that join a free session and say, oh, but you're selling me something. I thought this was a free session. Like, why do you think it's a free session? Who's paying for your free session?
Yeah.
Freedom?
Yeah.
So, and both extremes get to a point of being short-sighted,
Yeah.
because it's normal that in an audience of how many people were there?
100?
100. Some people are not qualified for the next offer. In fact, you weren't qualified and you didn't buy, and you're fine about it, which is. But yeah, obviously you were curious about the meta aspect of it, like how is the new
Yeah.
thing sold, etc.
For me, like the second day was even more valuable because I saw
Yeah.
live. I was a sales masterclass.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
How Russell Brunson was all of it?
I don't know about him.
Ah, okay. But so she was. I think she was just following the funnel
Okay, yeah,
webinar, the perfect webinar formula, whatever. I don't want to talk about Russell Brunson.
Yeah.
But basically, it's a step-by-step process where you first highlight the problem, you tell the audience why it's impossible for them to solve the problem on their own. Then you highlight all of the downsides of not solving the problem. Then you highlight all of the possible upsides of selling the problem, and how your system your product, etc., is perfect for selling the problem, and then you stack the value. And I saw that in the
Yeah.
slide that you shared with me. And so you say basically, you know, for the price of chips, you get a burger, and you get fries, and you get a large Coke, and you get a dessert, and you get the next meal for free, and you get breakfast the next day. So buy these chips. It's obvious. It would be dumb not to buy the chips. And this is the ending of the formula where, and then there's a little bit of FOMO injected, a little bit of fear injected. You know, those who act are people like this and this and this, and those who don't act are people like this and this and that.
And they stay on the chair.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
a problem and desperate. It was hard to watch because I could sense the despair of a woman who probably couldn't afford it. It made them feel, I think, very bad about themselves in the moment.
Yeah.
But maybe that was what is needed to say, okay, next time I go to an Amanda event,
It's this way.
I can buy her program, right?
Yeah.
So, but this time I'm just going to be frustrated.
So we're gonna have a bite to eat, if you like.
It's amazing when it's like that warm.
It looks like a postcard here.
Yeah. I'm sure you get very creative just sitting here and.
Oh yeah.
For me, it's like when I travel, that's what the train is when it's not like over 8 hours.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you said strategy, and you said not Tony Robbins model.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I need to move here. Away from the sun. Yeah. Oh. Okay, then I'll move. So strategy, not Tony Robbins style, involve the other ones. It's emerging that they want to be part of it for a longer time. Some of them as investors, ambassadors, wanting to contribute and wanting to have a seat at the table whenever they want. So it's like it's an ongoing thing. Others, they want to sort of become part of the mission in the sense that they want to become contributors, almost employees, collaborators. Some of them are expressing the need to extend the 6 months of coaching to something longer. Obviously the ties that they created, like individually, they stand. I mean, even if you say, oh, Orin is over, they're still gonna, but they won't have somebody that organizes their meets, their dinners, their activities, etc. And in all of this, you were talking with a lot of prospective clients and hearing some things you didn't like and learning a lot. So this is what I gather has been happening. What else did I not capture?
No, that's so. What I'm learning is with each cohort, what I learned is like to be more flexible and less rigid on my framework, because I was already using the first group as a reference and replicate, and it's not working because it has its own setup. It was the first. It was my super close network, women who have followed me for years. And it was also timing where end of the year, I don't know what was going on. There was that despair. It's like beginning of next year, I have no plans. Maybe this is what I need to do, right? So there was something also seasonal. So now, like the timing I have right now, and also I'm 2 months away from the start. So it's like me trying to sell again the program back in September. It didn't start really like it didn't even exist. I started to talk about it.
Yeah.
Mid-November, a month and a half before it started in January, or 2 months. So like now I'm entering the 2 months. So so what I learned from this is that I should stay in learning mode instead of like already growing mode. I need to grow my profit. I need to, because I captured the formula and I did not. So that was more taking a step back and listen. So learn and listen. And so what I learned a lot, focusing on that at the moment, the one who said yes, it was complete serendipity. And that's something I want to increase the probability of that more.
Yeah.
Because one gift I understand. Look, I spent some time also understanding what is my gift in the way I do a bit more in a way that is tapping more into instinct, intuition, and energy rather than the logic and like this is why you should join for 10 reasons, right? Because the women who joined this court, one I met and we didn't know each other in January or December, and we were doing a board vision workshop at a Rising Pineapple, so it's another partner.
Yeah.
And she was by herself, and I usually talk to women who are by themselves. So, hi, what are you doing? It's like, oh, I'm between jobs, I'm not very happy. It's like, and what are you doing, Sophie? I'm a coach, I do this. You're a coach, and then, and I do retreats. You do retreats? And then, yeah, and I also work with plant ayahuasca. And then it's like, oh, okay. And then I want to talk to you, I want to work maybe with you. I had a few coaching sessions. It's like, I'm in the retreat. Boom.
Yeah.
So that was like, it went like super quick. The second one is in the chapel, as I told you.
Yeah.
That was, she was ready and she decided to follow me in the chapel. There was something for her, and it was enough to say, I'm in. And she was in that right place where she's been thinking about it for a while. So there's something that has happened for her. Her name is, she's one that joined already the previous one, dropped off because she had a family situation in China, and I offered her to continue there. And she was back and forth last year where she said, oh, it's not for me, you know, as an entrepreneur, I never take holidays. It's for women who are this and that, but it's not me. And so I was also a bit of back and forth in that dance. And I remember maybe 6 months ago, I was like, I think she will never join. I was like, I let her be. And so I stopped trying. And she grew her business. She earned well, like she hit her 100K in her business. She's a consultant. Left corporate already, and then one day she was writing on LinkedIn, I've been burned out because I'm overworking. I earn well, but I'm not enjoying my life. And so I was just like checking in, how have you been? How are you doing? It's like, yeah, it's okay. No. And she asked me, how are you doing, Sophie? It's like, yeah, actually it's very good. The business is growing. And then one message, it was, I will join the next retreat you do. I was like, are you? I was like, do you want me to? No, but I will join. And then send me the link, I'll send the payment, and I send everything up front if you're okay with that. I think also she needed to expense her business and so on, so that was convenient for that. But it was just like, there was no arguing, no discussion. So I realized with like something I can tap a bit more into my superpower, being in the right time, at the right place, saying the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not something that is intellectual. It's something that is very intuitive. Because all of those cases, I was at the right place, at the right time, with the right crowd, saying the right thing. And they are those women, they are the right ones that will join Orin.
Yeah.
So the thing I learned is like, how do I increase those situations? And it's going to events where women who could be clients for Orin are here. So Rising Pineapple is a great partner. Hosting a dinner at my place with Real Authentic Women Network. Hosting in-person circle where women have an opportunity to know me, my world, who I am, what I'm about. And I'm not even selling anything at this point. It's like you expose, like they know about me and they want something of my life or who I am. That's probably, it's on a much deeper level than the rational. I want to have a better job, you know. It's like there's a place of, like a part of them is like, I want to feel like Sophie. I know it's not like straight like this, but there's something. So I want to increase the frequency of those accidents, serendipitous accidents. And so there are some where I participate. So I go to events. There's the ones I organize, the circles. And there's the big one, where I pull and call the women once per year in a big splash, like Amanda's events, to have the next cohort form with already 3-4 women, or maybe completely sold out. That would be an amazing result of the gathering. Because all of those women who have interacted with me is like, my next appointment with you is going to be epic. It's that gathering, right? And the gathering is going to be prime time with me, the work I do, opening everything to have a sense. And then probably some of them would feel like the call to go even deeper and trust the journey. So that's where I'm starting to see. So what does it mean for the next cohort? I'm not trying too hard to sell to 10. So I accept a bit the rhythm to trust. I know that, I trust if I listen to my body that it will maybe sell out, but at least at 8. That's what I'm. But I need to be patient, and I need to trust the process. But where I've been wasting my time is going in those calls where I was trying to pull the women to me. I'm doing this. I think it's going to be good for you. I was like again in that trap, and they were actually showing some signals that I didn't pay attention to. Where on the first one I was intuitively following, like there were women who wanted it, but didn't know, and then I forced it a bit, and that worked. But this time, that's not the situation. They just,
because they're cold, they're from far
moving
away.
On, and that's where I want to move my energy away from that kind of spending time, and more in this this capacity. So that's more the learning, and the next cohort, instead of thinking it's going to be 10 women, also feel great if it's 6, and maybe there's some from the previous cohort, because I'm still learning. I want to increase the value proposition, learn, understand even more deeper what Orin is about beyond the sisterhood. So for me, the priority is it keeps going. I keep doing the work rather than being obsessed, which I've been a bit the past month. I need to perform and sell out 10, And even like 2 months before the deadline. So I felt burnt out a bit by that goal that I was setting myself for. And I was probably not in the right energy even to sell anything.
Somehow, discrete objectives like a money objective or a number of participants objective is able to crush your energy, my energy, your energy, everybody's energy. Like I notice it in all my clients, that the way to reach the goal is not to think about the goal. One thing I got reminded. When I learned how to drive a motorcycle in Italy, they make you drive in this 8 pattern, and it's very tight. And they put cones all around.
Yeah.
Okay. And your instinct is to look at the cones. Okay. But when you're riding or driving, you go where you look. And so the cones are so close to you, and you look at the closest cone and you get out of them. And no instructor told me, don't look at the cone, look 3 cones further. Always look 3 cones further. Don't look at the goal. Go on your own way. Don't look at the border. Go your own way. And I think this is not the right metaphor, but it's a similar situation where if I tell, I really need these extra 4 customers. I really need these extra 4 customers. I really need this extra, they're not going to come. Okay, but if you focus on your vision, your mission, where you're going, really, then they're gonna, oh no, sorry, we're sold out. No, 12, 13, 14, no, I can't. The next one, etc. It all completely changes. But there's somehow I don't know what it is. I wish I knew exactly what it was. But there's something about this money goal or this number goal that makes everything else fuzzy. Instead, if you're curious, what is it that I'm actually creating? Because this is not round 2 of round 1.
Yes.
This is round 1.5.
Yes.
Or 1.1 maybe even.
Yeah, exactly.
And that curiosity can drive, because people don't want to work with you because you have it all figured out. They want to work with you because you're one step ahead of them. But if you were a million steps ahead of them, they wouldn't connect with you. They wouldn't know who you are. They wouldn't have the language. So it's actually a good thing that you're just one step ahead. And the people that are not buying from you are too many steps behind you. They would need, I don't know, the offer that you would create 4 years ago. So it's a good reflection, and don't try to sell. No, it's not the answer.
Yeah, and something I realized the value for some of the women in the current cohort. I started to open my process on how I'm evolving Orin, and for them that has been a dramatic value for them.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's building a company open and public.
Yeah.
For them, that's the process. I mean, it's not in public. I don't share in public, but they get to see and they say like, Sophie, you should share more actually what you're doing with the business, because we're in it. But I mean, I'm not going to share of course everything, but when I shared the evolution, like I learned a few things, because they started to ask me it's interesting, like I was in the position of holding the space, and then suddenly I felt the call to switch places and say, Orin sister, I need your help to understand more why you said yes, because that's my situation right now. So basically applying my own advice, because I can't tell them, ask for help around when I'm in the situation and I'm not doing it. So I say, I'm going to apply what I'm telling you to do. And when they help me with all the advice, and then I realized, wow, actually I'm receiving my own medicine, the own medicine of what I'm creating with Orin. So I was suddenly the customer for a moment to understand, this is the gold. Like this is the goal that you can ask for help, you receive within an hour, something that is worth years of, coaching. Like 10, 15 years of experience by 10 women, like 10 coaches at the same time. And it unblocked me, and I felt like a phoenix rising from the ashes when I was stuck with my sales process. And then I felt like I'm going to share what's going on there, why I did ask for help, and what are the findings I had from your insights. And for them it was very valuable, so everyone received in a way. They helped, I helped them to think about the business. And I realized I will share more my process as well, being a bit more open about my process building Orin, because that's the value for the ones who ask themselves, why do I want to spend more time with Sophie? What do I want to learn from her? And I'm one of the women said, what I appreciate, it seems like you have all figured it out from outside before you started to share, and it's reassuring, first of all, but it's also a lot of learning to see how you're figuring it out as you do. Because then for them, they realize it's okay where you are right now, you're figuring it out, because we all are, but we're just at different steps of the journey. And it's never ending. Nobody is like a finish line and then I can die. I can sit on
It's an infinite game. It's an infinite game, and the game is about continuing the game. It's not about winning the game.
Yes.
That's where that book is really powerful. And you're right there with them, and they don't need to hear from you because they need to model their next business around Orin or anything like that. They want to see that you're all a part of the same process of inside out creation, of conscious creation, of collaboration, of co-creation, and what better way than to see, oh look, I don't have the answers. I don't have the answers either. Great. Let's figure out what's a good question, what's a better question, and so on.
What you just shared is then the value really is not the answer, but the tools to get closer to the right question to find answers. And this is where the system is very powerful, because perspective is an input from the group, right? Perspective is an input, and it's a quality input. So I'm sharing with them by sharing. I haven't figured. I mean, I'm learning. It's more the mindset on building a business. It's not just the technique, like the tactic, because I don't have any. I mean, the tactic is good in that time right now for that situation, and then I will throw it and use another tactic. So it's not like a forever playbook.
The tactic is sell something, get money in return. That's all the tactic that we need. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and you're playing an infinite game with them.
To keep Orin going on, so it was quite an adjustment the last month, because I was like completely entangled in that, in the tactical goal, what's next, and losing a bit sight of okay, what is. I was in the storming process. But I had to accept to be in it, because I was just absorbing a lot. Like it could be this, it could be that. Then I have a gathering. Then I can do online masterclass, and so that one a bit dropped off a bit at this moment. It's not emerging again, but it was an idea. Like I can always do that if it's necessary. But I think like the core of what I do is everything that should fit to grow the sisterhood. And a quality sisterhood, because also what the woman told me is like it's so rare to find such a high quality group. Like you form an amazing group, like a team, you know. It is not people I would have met by myself, and create bond like this. There's no way I could have done that. So I think for me, not forcing people to come to Orin, like overselling, will dilute the quality of a group. So I need to actually, like the seed, the goal I need to preserve is the quality. That's why I'm not looking at numbers. Yes, of course, for my business numbers to make sense, I need a minimum. But I don't need to push to have like, oh, I have my 10 and I have someone uncommitted, and I will start to actually put a bit poison in the group. So that's something I need to really pay attention to preserve that and not lose sight on what's important. So I realize that as well.
Yeah. You're curating the composition of the group. This is your fundamental exercise. Your fundamental role there is that you are creating the cocktail, the mix of people. Yeah. Okay, looks great so far.
And as I was sharing about the serendipity, it's more using my gift as an alchemist.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm in a place, it's like I'm a bit like a little bug with an antennas, and I will do what I need to do. You know, so that I trust, and I don't need to do anything. I just need to be. And this is hard to sell in business. Even if I had to teach that to someone, this is like so profound that how do you do that? You know, it's like everyone is different, right? So, but this is for I understood that the core for me, and it's so hard to grasp. You know, it's intangible, but it's the deepest truth for me, because most of the greatest thing that happened in my life happened this way. But it was not luck, you know. In that, it was like I chose to be in a place and to be in a certain way, create the space. So, for example, I have an event tomorrow. I'm going to put all the magic I can in that event. That's all I need to do. Creating the space, the atmosphere, surprise them, because they think they come for what they know. We're going to come in circle and discuss our business problem. No, you're going to move, you're going to dance, you're going to shake, maybe roar a little bit. Then we sit, and then I'll do some certain things, and then you will feel completely shocked, like out of
your energy is too strong, Sophie. You said you move, you shake, and the whiteboard is out of control.
Connecting with the wind.
Yes, your connection is your bug with the antennas is too strong.
So I want to experiment that. So I want to, instead of like going business as usual. I want to be in my full zone of genius at those events that I can host. Because that's my playground, that's my stage to perform. Like, you have your stage, this is my stage.
Yeah. This is so the serendipity is your full zone of genius. And that's why it's your marketing North Star. Wonderful. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I can do it from the stage. Once you put me in the middle of the room of the workshop, it's like my energy is drained, it's complicated. I'm like, there's too many people here. I'm an introvert. Get out of my way. So yeah, that's great. And you have all of these people, ambassadors, collaborators, returning clients, and new clients that can teach you what the sisterhood is.
I'm recording the testimonials right now, and I share for later. You can check it. Where I ask the question, why was the problem they thought they were solving when we talked? What made them say yes? You know, so the hesitation, because this is where other women can watch and say, I feel exactly right now like this, but that woman made a different decision. And I'm learning also a lot through, and I realized, wow, because I was chasing one woman that is a friend, but I let her go. And when I asked for help, I had all those insights. It's like, why I didn't think of asking testimonials earlier with the current cohort, you know? So I was distracted by other things, but actually the goal was just here in front of me. So that's where I'm very grateful for the fail to say that happened. It's not a fail, but you know, like the closing, so I could learn, and so now I feel like just a new wave of energy, and it's flowing again very naturally. I feel really energized and not like, again, helpless, powerless, and like, oh my God, I have no idea of what I'm doing, which is how I felt a bit the past few weeks. And when I told you I lost my magic, I lost my light on the phone, I was like, but then everything like just fell into places again.
Because you were back
and
doing something meaningful, like asking for help to the sisterhood, and not tangled into next goal. What is the next little cone next to me? But you're looking further ahead. Yeah. So. And that was quick. I mean, getting stuck and getting unstuck, it was relatively quick. It was not like a year and a half of cycle. It was a couple of months.
Yeah, I don't realize that in my timeline, you know, each week it feels like a month for me in my world. I
know, but what you said before something along the lines of, by doing all of this, I increase the quality of my input. And you were stuck in the output mode. You're stuck in more sales calls, more clients, more work, more seats reserved, etc. And that decreased the quality of your input. And so whenever you from now on, you feel the problem, in quotes, is that you're really good at output. You can output a lot. You're very organized, you're very methodical, you reach your goals. If you said, you know, if on Monday you say by Friday, you're gonna do it. That's a problem, because then you focus on the output. And instead, it's much more like one email to the sisterhood took you 3 minutes to send, maybe 30 seconds. Like, girls, I need your help.
It was a WhatsApp message.
Okay, yeah, it's even better. Like, it's about 15 seconds. Sisters, I need your help. What made you say yes? Please answer now. And that was great quality input.
Yeah.
So whenever we feel this, most of the time, unless like I cannot say this to a super lazy person that takes her time and it's always like, well, maybe next month, etc. But you're like, do. This. Like I released 3 podcast episodes, organized an event, co-hosted another one. I'm in Barcelona for this event, etc. I have my singing lesson later. It's like, okay.
And I'm not stressed of doing it, by the way. It's just
You're not stressed. No, you enjoy it. That's your energy. It's fine. I'm not. This is.
When you mention it's like I'm sometimes a bit like shocked by myself because I would look at another person doing this from outside like that looks quite intense and stressful.
Yeah.
But for me, when I'm doing it, I'm not seeing myself doing, but I just feel in the flow.
Yeah, it looks like that, so it's fine.
But the big breakthrough for me also is Orin is a sisterhood. Like now it's embodied. Before it was a bit shy. Like it's a retreat, it's a program, it's a sisterhood.
It's a sisterhood.
You know, because the word as well is a bit like it's a bit triggering. It's like, whoa, this is like brotherhood, sisterhood. It's like no, I embody it in that sense. Mm-hmm. It's a sisterhood of conscious leaders, women leaders. And now like our Instagram is growing. When I changed, just the presentation, what did I put as the description? For women who create the life they deserve, sisterhood, conscious, and now it's like the ones who they see the ads. So I've been testing ads.
Oh, nice!
And for $70 per week over 7 days, I have about 120 followers. So it's a good like rate. So then I can predict. Okay, if I want to have 1,000 followers, that's this kind of budget. But there's also like organic growing now with that size. And so I understand more what works in the message. And like now that I shifted, it's not a retreat, but it's a sisterhood. It's not, just a retreat or a program. It's a coaching, it's a journey, it's a transformative journey. So the language and the stakes are different from like Vachai, it's a retreat. But that's how I started at the beginning.
Yeah.
And the women who came as well, they wanted the retreat, and then I know that they're not also fit if they just come for that because it's just not a retreat. The retreat is more of a catalyst event, but for the women being together, this is like the gem for them. Actually, that's not the retreat. Mm-hmm. But they didn't know that either until when they go through the journey.
Yep. For those who are on the outside, it's going to be very interesting exploring what are the values that they are going to be looking for in a sisterhood and what they will love to have, but they would not want to know beforehand.
They would not know, so they don't know that they want it, or they don't.
They don't know what they wanted. They think they don't want it. But actually, this is the textbook case of your first cohort. They got in for the retreat, and then they got the first coaching call like 12 weeks before the retreat. And they were like, wow. And you were like, well, we're going to do this every 2 weeks. They said, no, we want this every week. Didn't that happen?
Yeah.
And that's exactly that. They didn't know that they wanted to talk to each other every week. They had no idea. It was like, oh, okay, well, as part of the retreat, I got to join this call. No, give me more of this. And now they're telling you, well, we want to continue. So clearly this is one of those cases where they ordered, they wanted to buy the retreat, but what they really needed was just a connection with people. And the retreat happened to be the opportunity to deepen those connections, but they created those connections online. And therefore, group forming while you were in Portugal was like child's play, right? Because they were already...
Yeah.
They were already a group.
Well, when they were hugging each other, they were already like long. But the link that they has created, bonded, is like such an intimate, like going even deeper, with the ceremonies and what they've been through. So yeah, there's a lot going on in this group, and they meet in person. I don't know, they have their own story. So that was just the surface I had. Just what happened is like, what do I not know? I mean, it's okay that I don't know, but I was interesting, you know.
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
And you said that, I remember when at retreat, maybe life partners meet, you know, each other and so on. I mean, in that case, I don't know if they're straight, but you know, it's a sisterhood bond for life. That is for sure. I can see that.
Yeah. And even if they are going to lose touch, if they're going to meet again in 20 years, etc., there will be the same spark between them, that they went through this together. Yeah, you're giving them a big, big thing that nearly nobody else can give them. So this you need to celebrate, that not only it has happened, it is happening, and now you're refining it, giving it the proper name, and now it's really just a matter of saying the same thing all over every day to a lot of people and see what sticks. Do the little bug with the antennas around, and then yeah, do it in small scale, do it non-scalable for now, stay in your full zone of genius, and then slowly we'll figure out other ways. You're already trying ads, not for conversion obviously, just for building the community, but
yeah, exactly,
yeah,
for followership, for social proof, just because that's, you know, what people check is like, what is the size, you know, of that community. So hitting 1,000 is my goal, just for that kind of level, and then I'll see and stop for a bit. And then I'm also very conscious to not scale too fast. So I want my priority, and so this is maybe like a commitment, and remind me if I'm feeling this year I need to keep learning. Yeah. So because I will have input, like women who are desperate to build, like I'm ready to build and I can expand Orin, and I can see if there's going to be a pull for it. And I need to find maybe small ways where they could do. So some ideas, because if someone really to start to learn, I said you could host circles. That's a small way to do, or you can host a retreat, you know, like kind of some parts of it and not like the whole thing. Because what I see when I have a big vision, I told you, I can imagine, like you asked me the assignment to think of what is my dream team at Orin. And my dream team is a team of GMs that would continue the mission of building Orin sisterhood in other places with their own flavor. And the best qualified for this are the Orin graduates. It might not be coming from that source only, but they are the best one. And they're looking to change their life, they're looking to be of service, they're looking to stay more among women and sisters of Orin. Is like, well, that's your way out or through, you know. So the incentive is all aligned here. I have 2 women who expressed interest when I shared, because they were asking updates and they say, that's something that I would be really interested in exploring with you. So I have 2 who, and that could be in the future, so I'm not focusing on that right now. Yeah. But it's like, you know, as you graduate, there's that possibility to also go there when I will start to have some GMs from graduates, right? But this is a bit further, where I'm still focusing here, building the quality of a sisterhood. But this is a great model of expanding, because for me, my mission of scale is that the message is spread, and then every woman in the world has the tribe of sisters. You know, that's the... Because I can, why I'm thinking of expanding this way, let's say there are women in Asia, and they have their own network, and they maybe have a profile like me, they are ex-corp, they have an amazing network, they have all the skills, they have leadership skills, they have organizational skills, they have biz dev skills, and they want to change career. And they will tailor an offer that is for the woman locally. The price will be correct. The place will be correct. The content will be correct and adapted locally.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not something I can do myself, right? I would
Everywhere,
need, I would need to go there, spend time, study it. Why it's much actually faster to do it with local partners. Yeah, that's a mission.
Yep. Okay. Good. That's great. I mean, that's a big evolution.
Yeah.
From simply setting dates and booking locations and closing people to saying, all right, hands off. It's a sisterhood. Let's figure out what it is. The direction is very clear, is that it's a collective. It's the company is a sisterhood as well. It's not just that you're creating a sisterhood outside of the company. You're creating a sisterhood inside of the company. And so this team of GMs is part of it. Let's not exaggerate right now in terms of dates. Oh, the energy.
Wow. See, it hurt you.
Yeah. Yeah. If we need a better technology, by the way, not only to control the energies, but oops. Okay. Let's see if I can summarize this again. Since the direction is clear, that this is a sisterhood inside and outside. It's inside the company, it's outside the company. And your job is to stay in learning mode, not to go in output mode and produce productivity, revenue, results, growth, hustle, grind. That's not what you need to do. But you need to stay in your zone of genius, so you'd still go to all of these events, plus you're organizing your own, and you're creating enough appointments so that the right women can get in contact with you. And for right now, and right now could be the next 12 months, the next 6 months, you're driven by curiosity. You're not driven by input, by output. That's all. I think the only thing that I noticed is I want to feel like Sophie. Every once in a while, you don't believe that people want to feel like Sophie. And so maybe that's the only thing where I would say, ask your sisters, how can you be more Sophie more of the time in more parts of the world? To simply get more used to spreading the mission of, because every woman in the world needs their tribe of sisters. And until every one of them has their tribe of sisters, you still need to. That's the growth that we're aiming for. So you are driven outwards by a curiosity.
Yes.
But you have to let the world be curious about you. So there is a movement of you being not only in your full zone of genius, but in a zone of openness, a zone of visibility, a zone of accessibility. So in short, in the presentation, the part about you needs to go before the pitch.
Yeah?
Yeah. I saw the new version.
Yeah.
And you're still, it's beautiful. You really became vulnerable and you shared your story there. It's fantastic, but you put it all the way to the end. And instead, you attract them by telling them, I'm your guru. And you conquer them by telling them, I'm not your guru.
Yes.
Okay. But there is a guru component in being found. A little bit. We don't push it, but we have to have it a little bit.
Yeah.
And they need to look up to you as a non-guru, but still within a little bit within that space. And it's going to be a bit uncomfortable at the beginning.
Yeah, this is the part I haven't embraced, but it's women who are in the current cohort. They see me this way and they call me like, you are a bit of shaman or guide.
You
know?
are, but that's your vision in your when you did your own vision with the medicinal plant.
Yeah.
That's what emerged.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's pretty clear. Stay with that. I'm just gonna get my hat, and I'll be right back.
Could I have my phone back as well, so I'll take a photo? My phone.
Your phone?
Yes.
Yes, your phone is coming. Looks charged. Yeah, so to summarize it, it's even simpler. Just let the curiosity work both ways.
Thank you.
Here's the phone. Let the curiosity work both ways. So you are curious about them. And they're curious about you. Give them the best possible opportunity to express their curiosity. I'm going to express your...
Yes. I had a green, I think. Ah, yeah. So now go on the blue. Thank you. There are my two colors. I was dressed during the event with some green and some blue.
Ah, okay.
So, like, those are really my colors. So funny.
Oh yeah, you have them in your jacket. Nice. Yep. Keep them out of the sun. No.
It's really interesting how I formulate a mission, but I will write it somewhere and print it so I remind myself about that, because this is an expression of my soul, what I just said. I didn't realize that, but just by opening, talking more, this is like the thing that is most true I have said recently, going deeper. Because like now this group, they found each other and it's gold, you know, like we found each other, life is good, we're going to be okay. They are not looking to expand, they don't want to be 50, they're just enough together. And for the next, they're going to be looking as well, you know, and so it's not about growing, but of course it could expand to the wider, but the inner circle is always small. You always have a tribe, and inside the tribe you have a sisterhood, but I could see Orin growing to maybe 150 to 200 members maximum. It's not like going to be 1,000 this way, or it's 1,000 more by the different GMs, you know, like the clusters.
Yeah, but you don't like what I see is that you're creating a network.
Yes.
Where there's going to be groups that are connected and groups that are isolated and groups that are apart.
Yeah.
Like this group here is 1, 2, 3 nodes apart, but let's say that I am Orin Chile, and here is Orin Berlin, and here is Orin Lagos. I know that if I'm in Orin Lagos, I'm just 3 steps away from Orin Chile.
Yeah.
And if I'm going, let's say that I decide to co-work in Chile for 6 months, I know that I have some sisters there. I don't need to be, so you don't need to know all of the members as long as you have your agents, your returning clients, your collaborators, your ambassadors, and they somehow, you establish some sort of principles of what it looks like to create a tribe of sisters, then you'll know that wherever you travel, you just post on message board saying, I'm coming to Lagos, and then people would say, oh wow, cool, let's
we have a chat
this is where you sleep, this is where you go, etc.
We have a chat that is called World Meets. And then one say, I'm in Barcelona and they meet already, so or in Berlin. Beautiful. And that is also related to the future of work in that sense, where there's going to be more and more needs of this tight, smaller community rather than these anonymous, impersonal online communities, which we have many, right?
Yeah.
But in the end, the ones that you really experience is the small one, like on a daily basis. And they talk to each other on a daily basis. I have like messages. Right now I'm following, I call it the Genesis. It's the Genesis group because I'm not going to be able to follow our conversation. That's why I know it will have to go in this direction because to give a level of care, it's impossible with one person. And I don't want to be doing that anyway. Because also something I learned about myself, my zone of genius is in small groups.
Yeah.
Like it's not 30 people, it's not 20, 50, 100. It's not like Amanda conference with 100, but it's, when I look, I was reading my Gene Keys, it's 3 to 15. And it's been there, the teams I build in the groups, I was like, wow, it's always been there, I just didn't pay attention. So if that's the basis, then I know that I will build more a team of GMs. That could be 10, 15 GMs. Then they have their own teams. But
so you just need 15, 14 other nodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. Well, that's also great for knowing exactly what you do. And the first one is already this person that said, I want to create something similar, etc., etc. So you already have, you're getting closer to the mission. You have one of 14 is already.
The thing is, like, they're just waiting for some signals that I say, I have this job open. I need someone who comes in, right? I know some would say already yes right now, but I need to be patient a little bit. At least I feel like I need to trust the timing. I need to run that second as I'm still in learning, because scaling, expanding on something that is not stable, like I could have expanded on. Orin is a retreat and it's the wrong basis to expand from. So I don't know what, maybe after the second retreat I have more confidence, like this is it, I know, or I'm still learning and there's something not clear and need to wait a little bit, right? So that's the part I'm not confident in. Because there's a timing thing where if like some they say, I'm ready to start at the end of the year or early next year, then okay, we start early next year.
You tell them if they fit the curiosity, they're in. If they're too much in output mode, they don't fit the curiosity, you ask them to be patient.
Yeah.
If they generate more data for your curiosity, why not?
Yeah. I mean, conversation can happen, right? Where I say, and some were already like started to be excited. I have a group of girlfriends I could totally onboard and bring together and do something. You know, some of them they're already there. They have a network, because when they bring the women and refer, what they need to trust is like the sister or sister. they bring their friend, but the sister, that friend trusts that person who's referring more than me.
Yeah.
So it needs a trust bridge, and like this is like, here, I'm doing this, you know me, let's go together, you know. I invest in you, my friend, and I know I will be well taken care of. So yeah, and it's I don't know, I feel very inspired because it's a model, like I didn't like take from a book a lot of inspiration, but it feels very organic, natural to me, and I was excited to share what has developed.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Is that big enough as a mission? You asked me to decide.
It's big enough. I think it's big enough. Yeah. There was that James Bond song. The world is not enough.
Yeah.
What was the lyrics? But it's a yeah. The world is not enough, but it's a good place to start.
Yeah. No, because last time I shared with you, and you were like, okay, you're still in tactical mode, Sophie. You can do this already. So no, it's not. It's not like what is your dream vision? Like something bigger. And then you asked me the question that changed. What is your dream team? And then I could think about it this way, because when I started to think in outputs, it's like, yeah, I make
more retreats.
Yes. But when I think of people, like that was like, oh, that's that. Because I can execute that. I've done it with my studio 9C. I built a team of leaders. I built a team of, and the 9C, my studio, they still chat every day in the chat.
Yeah.
They still chat 5 years after we stopped the studio.
Yeah.
Of everything. So they were the seed of Orin, because like I created something special for that group to bond, that it transcended the work, and they still want to share something with each other every day. And they remember each other's birthday. That's crazy.
Wow.
So suddenly in a row, they put it in their calendar, happy birthday, this and that. So this is just...
That's so great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I gave birth right now. I needed to have that moment with you on the board, because it's been a while. And I remember when was the moment we had an epiphany? I mean, like, yes, when we were here last time, and there was maybe one time when we were in the garage, but this is an epiphany moment for me. Worth celebrating.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, well, one was in the forest when I asked you, what would you do in 10 years? Yes. That was the birth of Orin.
Yeah, yes. The bug.
Like, yeah, I would organize retreats for wonderful women leaders. Okay, why are you not doing that? And now, what is it? It's a sisterhood, and where does it go? Just creates this positive change in the world. And what is your job? What's your next action? Be in your zone of genius and be curious. Yeah. And if something heightens your curiosity, it's good input, go ahead. And if it's something is draining your curiosity, you cut it, and you just allow other people to be curious about you in the same way that you're curious about other people and you're curious about Orin. Curiosity works both ways.
Yeah, and I'm excited about that and those events where this is definitely like, this is easy for me in the sense, like, energy spent, but this is also my zone of genius too. So I feel really good about but I have been trying many things to get there, where I tried online circle in the wrong communities. Some people showed up, not very committed. So I was really a bit discouraged like a few weeks ago, because I tried many things. I had calls which like didn't lead to anywhere. I hosted, so I felt like I was giving like some output, but there was like no receiving. So I felt really drained by that. But this, for me, it's the reward in itself in doing it.
Organizing the gathering.
Yeah, like being there in the space and doing something. So I'm not in the giving and trying. It's like I will be just there and enjoying myself. And that is already where I'm not attached to, okay, I need to sign someone.
Yeah.
But I will be tactical as well at those events where I get the contact, the email. And then after I say like, look, if you want to continue this gathering, I start this course, so I need to talk about it at the end, and I'll send an offer.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's part of the curiosity. It's not just about selling, and it's not just about marketing. It's just about this tribe of sisters new in the world, and people need to know about it. Otherwise, we're not doing a good job in changing the world if nobody, like, it's a secret, sorry.
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you.
It is a secret. It is actually it is really a very precious secret.
Yeah,
This
but
is
it's a secret that you can tell, and it's still a secret. You don't need to guard this. It's a secret you don't need to guard. Yeah.
I think from my end, at least for today, I'm good with those insights. I'm just checking the time.
Yeah.
Could we walk? How are you feeling about the walk to stretch our...
Yeah,
I have
let's
a
stretch.
Bag.
We're missing a camera operator, so let's cut here. Yeah. The further we go, the simpler it gets. The harder the question, the simpler the answer. The better the input, the simpler the output. It's beautiful. It's really nice to work with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's really rewarding.
I'm very thankful, Matteo, for the journey. This is, and you know, this is intuition that brought me to you. It's the tarot. It was the mystical part.
Yeah.
It was so that part of a bit mystic was calling me. And yes, we're working on a very intellectual level, but we're working also quite on a mystical level as well. But it's we can't grasp it. But I mean, that's the reason why it was beyond logic for me. It was like, okay, I check, and it was when we had that call, the conversation, and you told me about how you were also with how you call it, psychomagic.
Psychomagic.
And with tarot, I was really intrigued, curious.
Yeah. Curious. Yeah.
Like, I there's something there for me, but I don't know.
Yeah, and it's a good reminder for me to continue sharing, allowing other people to be curious by sharing all of these tools. Like other metaphors that there are there to say the interesting things, like the gene keys, the tarot, the psychomagic, etc.
It's amazing, the gene keys. I'm fascinated by it. I got a lot of insights, more by the language to understand more. One insight I had as well was, we can talk more in the forest, but that my main style of leadership was through language.
Yeah. Language, yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
So then it's more to nurture the writing, the talking. That's my speaker phone, to be in those spaces. And this is like the words, how it connects with people and find. So for me, in my expression, to nurture that.
But that's also where we connected. Yeah, because also for me, I have some clients that are completely visual and abstract, and they see directly systems. But instead, I always see words. I always think in words and concepts of why I love languages, etc. And so I think also this is where we connected, because we think similarly in that sense, and where one word and another would make a big difference here.
Yes.
Yeah.
The person, the leader I'm coaching, and he got there 2 years ago, and he told me I recommend you, so maybe you try. I got in, and I was like, wow, I'm experiencing something amazing.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so it's
Wonderful.
like doing the leg from Oslo to Copenhagen, and just a bunch of founders spending time. It's like a way of This is like kind of prestigious way of networking on a boat. It's not a cruise, like more sailing.
More sailing.
And we
yeah.
pretend to work a little bit on the boat, but there's a crew already doing that. I
Okay.
thought we would have to properly sail, but it's too risky, I think, to let founders do that. So we're gonna.
You get distracted.
Yeah.
You get distracted easily.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So
funny. It's like self-led group. That's
now
what happened.
once you have the right people together, they're gonna do the right things together.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Let's see if we can catch the frog. But let's go over there. And the frog should be at the corner over there. If you zoom in over there, like more or less where I'm pointing, where there's some green, she might be over there. No. Because if I get closer, otherwise she's on this side because it's sunny.
Maybe we should do frog noises. Quack. Quack.
That's a duck.
That's a dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, quack. Well, but the frog is also doing like quack. True. It was more like a duck thing. But
Yeah. You were quack, quack.
It's just one?
It's just one, yeah.
He owns the whole place.
Yeah, it's the billionaire version of the frog. She's not there right now. She's usually there in the morning. Usually it's there,
So
but
cute.
it could be over there as well.
She's on the grass usually?
She's on the grass, yeah, but she then jumps in the water. She eats all the insects here.
Well,
Yeah, all right.
doesn't do a good job to be honest because the lake looks very messy.
I know. One of the things that I wanted to do together was plant the water lily, which is basically the Orin logo.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the kit that I got from the Netherlands was damaged, so we couldn't plant it really. But yeah, I'm trying to embody the spirit of Orin.
I think everybody is, even Fritz, he has created a logo that everyone has adopted. That's amazing.
Yeah. No discussion.
Yeah,
They just love it.
But because has known me for so long, so it's like it's on another level of connection. He knows my soul, and he's going to help me with the rebranding of Rise and Play as well.
Oh, Rise and Play is rebranding to be more coherent within the Orin family.
Yes. He said like it's when I created Rise and Play originally, it was like vibrant, colorful, like teenager, and like teenager became adult in his own words. Like it has grown up. So it's
sweet.
So it's like the grown-up brand, Rise and Play. And I have some ideas of the colors and tones because Orin is like very gold, kind of gold, beige.
Yeah,
so,
it's very earthy.
Yeah, but Rise and Play, like on my phone, I have that color of Bordeaux.
Yeah.
I want to use it with a gold actually. I feel very strong about the color of Bordeaux and the gold and having a bit more handwritten. So having more like the feminine touch and not like that gamey because it's beyond that now.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
maturing.
more Rise than Play at this point.
Yes. But the play makes sense because we need to play to get back to creativity.
Yeah.
And that's what how I came up with the name was also very intuitive. It's like we rise and we play because we shouldn't take ourselves too seriously. Building businesses, creating things, it's all a play. My curiosity, back to my curiosity.
Yep. Just out of curiosity, what's the price point of the sailing and how many days is that?
So it's for 3 days sailing and it's €400. It's actually,
What are they doing?
Yeah. It's not a business.
Tell them to call me.
But I can refer you for the next one, because the ones who are onboarded, we can't refer over people.
Okay,
Because
no, I don't want to be a participant. I want to coach the organizers to raise their prices.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know what's the. I will meet the, because it's organization of entrepreneurs who just want to hang out together. So it's like a collective more.
Okay, no,
So they
that's
do it
sweet.
for
That's
themselves,
sweet.
yeah.
Okay, no, that's sweet. So they're not trying to
It's not a
build a
business,
business
no.
or do anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw, it's like, wow, this is like, I feel fortunate.
I mean, they feed you for that, or you have to pay for the food?
No. It covers everything, the whole trip for 3 days.
Well, it's cheaper than staying at a hotel and then buying dinner.
Yeah.
So that's great. No, in that case, no. I retract everything. They're good. They're doing fine.
Yeah, that's a way to bring together. But I think behind it, it's a fund. So they attract.
Okay. They want to see the decks first. So they want to have access to opportunities.
So I think that there's the intention to have founders together, so they have access to their business and maybe investing and creating the relationship with some of them. But by the way, with the vision I shared, like long term, I don't feel that this is a model that needs external funding, or at least not VC at all, right? I mean, I not that I have to think about it now, but oof.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's going to generate more wealth directly than money directly first, and then it's going to generate a lot of money as well, but I don't think it would benefit from funding.
Yeah.
No, unless you hone in on a marketing message that is irresistible and that allows you to scale really fast, but I don't really see that.
No.
Oh, fancy new boat. Nice and stormy.
Yeah, it's quite windy actually today.
It was very calm in the morning.
Yeah. It's misleading.
Yeah, it was. No, but I really like the sky is getting a little bit like scenographic, like scenic, like yesterday.
And quick question: what did you think about Awake? Orin, I share with you the offer. I'm just curious to have your business point of view on the model. And
to me, I find it a little bit uninspired in the way it's packaged and the way it's sold. However, the way that you explained it to me gave me a different lens. So usually the Russell Brunson style funnel is done by a guy that sells to other guys. And here probably the smart thing that is that it's women selling to women. And so maybe that's already enough to make it a little bit better than how harshly I judge it just because it's a Russell Brunson style formula. Like it's exactly like value stacking, this is you, this is not you, feel good if this, feel bad if that, and so on. So this is just because it burnt me out trying to apply that model, and because usually that model there is this.
I have some stuff in my shoe, but let's start to itch.
It's very heavy in the sense that you have to do a lot of things right to make it work. And what happened to me is that I forgot my work when I started doing that work. So I got good at creating videos, I got good at creating VSLs, I got good at creating offers, stacking offers, running ads, running this, running that. So, but if you take the good principles out of that, I think it's a good thing. So I'm not talking about the content of the offer, but the packaging of the offer. Every time I see, this alone, it's the same. For the price of the chips, you get the burger and you get the large Coke and you get. I'm always like, oh no, another one of those. Can't you just tell me what's in it for me and let me figure out if I'm the right person for that? That's a little bit like, can't you just stimulate my curiosity? And if there's some sort of scarcity and deadlines, let's have those. But do I really need to be kind of forced? Because then you also need, at that point you need the refunds.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of the people that will have bought like in the instant of, the countdown, 5, 4, 3, another one in, 2, another one, 1. A lot of those will then have a buyer's remorse and refund. And so you need to have all of this machine that accepts refunds, etc. Instead, one of the nice things, I think, when you do a really super high value offer is when the customer asks you, is there a refund? You say no. The value is a refund. I'm not gonna give you your money back. The work I'm just gonna do work until you're satisfied. That's the refund. So just few things like that, but maybe. Okay, let's wait. Maybe I'm being too harsh.
No, it's a good perspective. I will try the stacking because it's actually I feel good about it. I'm not overdoing it, but it gives an idea. Okay, there's a lot of value. I know I could charge it more in the future, but I need to start somewhere. But I know I'm very confident about the value and the positioning for now. But my plan is, of course, as it gets bigger, there's even more input. Quality from what I'm building after several rounds. I'm in a place to increase the price properly, but at the moment, I'm learning. Okay.
Yeah, but probably if you also to increase the price, it's not necessarily that you'd have to use a formula.
Yeah.
You might find your own way of saying, this is what the price was before, and this is what the price is now. Because reasons.
You remember the group of Awake Origins I shared as well? Yeah.
I remember that. The whole brand architecture with all of the different products. Yes.
So they sent me the offer, I sent you the email, and then I answered, right now I'm not feeling it. So I was just very honest. I said, this is I don't know if it's right now what I need now, but thank you for the offer. And then he came back, the intermediary is hey, I would like to connect you with our co-founder, Francisca. So there are two co-founders, there's Jerome, the guy, and then the woman, Francisca. And then I want to talk to her, of course, but I wonder where this is going to go. Is that the strategy? Let's take the woman and co-founder level, so we have a conversation, and she's gonna. So I'll let you know.
Okay, I'm curious.
So you're talking curious to the higher level because. And the way it was presented, so I'm a bit with cautiousness because they had my personality test. So whatever they do with it, to know. So she likes to react by this. It's a bit like Amanda, when you take a bit of distance because here you're being led somewhere.
Yeah.
And okay, we talked to a co-founder. She's interested in talking to you because you are an interesting person, and so it makes me feel good. It's like, sure, I'm going to talk to her. But what is she going to tell me? So we have a call.
It's so like, how can we avoid for all of our customers anything like that ever? Like that they have to feel that they're being sold to. Because people want to buy. They don't want to get sold to. That's all.
Yeah.
Like you told them, I'm not buying. I'm creating experiences that are better than this. Therefore, I'm not interested in buying this. Well, you didn't tell them.
Yeah,
but that's the reality, right?
Yeah.
You're creating something better.
I didn't see the value of a group with the offer they had. Yes.
Yeah. So tough luck. They need to know when to let go.
Yeah, the
So
trust
weird.
hasn't been built yet for 24K.
24K, yeah, and all of that. So you need a graduation.
Yeah,
If you don't do the initiation, then the graduation, and then you get access to this other product.
Full Unity.
Yeah. All right. Can you tell me in a few words what is Orin?
Okay, updating the definition now. I haven't practiced this. So Orin is a sisterhood of women leaders, women conscious leaders.
Wonderful. And what made you think of creating something like that?
There have been multiple streams in my career and life that led to Orin. So one was Rise and Play. When I started 4 years ago, I wanted to create a platform, a network of leaders who would go beyond in thinking, what is a conscious leader for the future world, in business, in leadership. I felt very strong about that because I saw really an imbalance of profit growth at the cost of humans, and I wanted to create a forum where leaders would come together to discuss how do we make it sustainable, are we not losing ourselves to the systems, how do we think consciously so then it's not at the cost of other humans. So that was that part that is the seed of Orin, the consciousness of creating a conscious tribe of leadership. And then another thing that developed, another stream was more my work with women, which I didn't know that it would develop this way, but it's just over my career, I was very often the only woman in the group, in the leadership team, in the room, and I was comfortable for a long time being among men only. But when I started to hit a certain ceiling and certain problems that I didn't feel safe to share with my male counterpart, I started to find actually much more connection and resonance with the women who were like me in their other groups, lonely and facing issues, feeling in a certain way, when I thought I was the only one, and we started to talk more. So by that, it evolved more into talking to more women on the podcast with Rise and Play, organizing events with women. I started to have more girlfriends manifesting in my life that we would stick together and discuss about deep things, not, how do you dress, what is your brand of makeup, but how do we navigate this world to feel more ourselves, to set boundaries, to step up, to lead our lives. And it's not just for women leaders in their official role, but any women who are leading their lives. And so as I started to do more and more of that, more on the personal, it blended much together to become Orin. So that's, and until I was asked the question when we started to work together, when you asked me a question when I had to tap into my heart and not in the brain or what my ego wanted, I was really in my heart, like I just love to spend time with women and discussing how are we evolving in this world and getting things done, but in a conscious and beautiful way, creative way that is aligned with our soul. And the moment I spoke up, it was a year ago, I think, almost. Then I couldn't let it go. I had to do it, and here I am. I've done it, but it's just the beginning of a journey.
Terrific. You mentioned one word that is still resonating in my head, which is safety. I didn't feel safe. The environment didn't make me feel safe. What is one small thing that we can all do to make everybody else feel safer? Other women, people from diverse backgrounds, from migration backgrounds, LGBTQ, whomever.
Yeah, so the lack of safety, it's easier to think of the opposite. What doesn't make you feel safe is that your life, and when I say life, in a work environment, it's more your reputation, or your job, or your responsibility, or your stability is threatened when you are yourself. So it did not feel safe to be myself, and myself was, I don't feel like the group of men I'm seeing which are super forceful in making decisions or wanting to grow more profit for the sake of profit. And for the few times where I would speak up in those environments, I either felt shut down, discarded, gaslighted. It takes multiple forms, and then being part of a minority or the only one in the room, what you internalize is it's wrong to be me. I'm wrong because no one is validating me here. I feel unseen. I feel misunderstood, not accepted. And then if I'm too much myself, it's going to cost my seat here in this environment, and then I won't be able to earn money in this world, and then I will die. I mean, that's not obviously intellectually what happens, but in a nervous system, that's what we fear, right? So what we do, we act in a way that is conforming to the environment, so our place is safe. So we can pay for bills, for lives, for a shelter, So like to answer maybe on the key point, I would say is to feel seen and accepted around safety.
So, and how are you helping now women feel seen and accepted?
So it's interesting because...
One second.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
So it's interesting because the women, when they start to come to Orin, so Orin is a journey, right? So it's not, it's a journey of 6 months. We travel together in a journey of growth and transformation, which is coming back home to ourselves. And then from that comes the transformation. And there's a retreat in the middle. And the women, when they start the journey, they are with the mask of the business, like that mask that kept them safe. I'm powerful, I have status, I have a bit of money, I'm strong. And then what we do in the first circle, so I run circles every week and I tap on some themes. So it could be, the first theme we open is, I think there's something around life vision, the wealth, the health. Where is your health? And when I open those questions and I share my experience, it's inviting women to also share more from the heart and not the mask. And suddenly the mask is like crumbling, and then the real them is sharing what's really going on. So it's not anymore, I want a real job, or I want a better job, I want more money, but I want to feel safe, because I've never felt safe most of my life with more money. And it's not the money the problem, it's more, I don't like myself. I feel ashamed. Something bad, terrible happened to me and I didn't heal since then. And it's there as a demon in the background of what I do and how I decide and how I lead my life. And it's there with me. So that safety is more when they start to share, they create a new experience of how the information is received in the group, and there's listening, because I hold the space and no one is saying, it's it's okay, you can fix this. It's like, no, just listening. And it's very powerful to be witness for something that you couldn't even share in any space, because somebody will always try to fix it or diminish it or discard it. So that's how that safety is created. Like, I can be safe in a group acknowledging something that is very deep and terrible, and I can be safe with myself because now a group has accepted it, I can accept it for myself too. And that's where the healing and the transformation start to happen.
Very, very powerful. Before we move to our day, is there anything else you want to share about Orin that you feel like, you know, this hasn't been said and we want to capture it on 4K sensors?
Yeah, so when I started Orin, I started from a place of my consciousness, which was, it's a retreat, a place for women together. But what I just shared, it's much more profound than that. It is now, that's why when you ask me what is Orin, it's a sisterhood, because those women, and it's maybe the life we live in right now, they never found really the tribe where they could feel seen, witnessed, belong, and safe, were not judged, and again discarded, because it's not the family. Sometimes it's not the friends, because the friends, they like you until they don't like you anymore. It depends the level of consciousness and work they do. Or friends sometime in our life, they are friends, but they don't share all the depth of what we have. Even we can't ask that from anyone in our lives, not even a partner. But in that sisterhood, it's like we've been through the depth and the abyss together. So we can go there together and it's okay. And that's that, I think, sacred place that is very rare and hard to have in the world. So it's just not a retreat, it is a sisterhood for life. They create bonds for life. And I want to keep doing it. We talked about, you know, winning the game or staying in the game. For me, my game is I want to keep doing this work and staying with those women and evolving together.
Wonderful. What was the highlight of the work for you today, if there was one?
I realized I miss talking to you, so that's a note for myself, like to ask for help more, because I was a bit in my abyss the past weeks, and then I was a bit lost in it. And so in those moments, it's not like, oh, the thing to do is like take the head above the water and then start to ask. And but I needed to. I needed to release everything that has happened and make sense of it. So I needed to talk it out, and I needed the witnessing, like you do, to be able to make sense of what happened. Because otherwise, when I'm not doing that, I'm doing work. So I'm not reflecting. When I sit, I journal, but I don't talk to myself. I can't. So I appreciated having like those 2 hours undivided attention to even make sense of everything that has happened the past month, because I couldn't make sense even of it. I was very much in my head. So just laying out, and with the prompting question you asked, you even structure. And so for me, the best part of it at the end, it was like what was written, drawn on the board, and that little network of dots. That was the vision. And then the wording, every woman in the world has a tribe of sister. Like I couldn't come to those words without the conversation. So I was like something updated in me today just by saying those words. It's like I embodied the mission, but I didn't even know that until we talk. And then visuals, I'm also visual. I saw I call it like a bit like a beehive. That is the vision where it's going. And that was true. They're like my North Star. They will stay with me in the work, and it's kind of reshuffling everything that I do next. So I'm very grateful for that. The rearranging order. It was a bit chaos that needs to come into make a fruit or plants. I don't know, you know. I feel a bit this way, like metaphorically. Turning chaos, you know, that's also a word you've used also.
Yep.
Yeah. So I was in chaos. I was embracing it, but it was time to land. So I'm happy I landed today.
Yeah, you had all the ingredients. It was just a matter of laying them out in a clear way and having that conversation. closing? It's closing? Yes. Always a dialogue with this car. You never. Oh, we ask. Can we have third? We have third. Okay.
Oh, it needs to be.
It needs to warm up. Yeah, yeah. At the beginning, like even if I was using it in the morning, needs a little bit of warming up at the beginning. Then she starts really like saying, "Ah, okay, yeah, this is good. We can do it. Go faster. And at some point, it tells me to go faster than the speed limit.
Thank you for the day. It was
Thank you.
good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So I take the feedback that we've had only like one call, and it was like 1 hour call, and we were on Zoom in the past like 3 weeks. I was off, you were off for a while, but so we missed our usual rhythm. Okay. But yeah, I think that sometimes, getting more into chaos, it accelerates your way to a solution.
Yeah.
Because it turns up the level on the discomfort.
Yeah.
And so in a way it's good to run into more problems.
Yes.
And it's good for you to have a feeling, oh, we haven't talked in a long time. In a way, I'm not trying to justify in a manipulative way. It's more like, oh, look, sometimes we need a bigger problem to then have a bigger breakthrough.
It was in the end, everything happened as it should have happened.
Yeah.
So I was like a bit in a slow burn, like in a sense, like, okay, I'm not sure what's my problem right now, but I need to investigate deeper. And something like you said around the discomfort, I have the same analogy that I get really deep in the Gene Keys books, because the model in the book that it reveals is like in our genetic codes we have 64 keys, and in each of those keys he holds the shadow, and when you go deep in the wound, the pain, then you start to unlock your gift. And then beyond the gift is what we call CDs, which is the divine gift, like it transcends everything. But like for me, then it's going more like where the pain is, but not like purposefully I go where it hurts. But that level exactly of discomfort, stay there a little longer.
Yeah.
Be and lean in, because the growth, the gift is going to unlock next. So that's also how I'm doing it more into. Yeah.
Kitty.
Dangerous. He knew.
Yeah.
So it should be more intentional when there's there's a discomfort. I'm gonna go away. It's like maybe this is what I need to go through to learn. So in a way, I needed to fail a bit with some of the women I really thought they would convert, to then have this breakthrough and shift completely. And like for me now, it's like I feel like, oh, it's good again. And I wonder, is it something that could be a bit more modern,
Yeah.
As I go where, the pain is, like the shadows are. And that's the work I do also with Orin. It's inviting that moment of discomfort, that emotion, that trigger you're having right now, stay with it. Stay with it, because this is what you need to experience to go through, so you start to have access to what's really the gift behind.
This is beautiful. This is also how I feel about it, but how do we talk about this to other people?
Yeah, I know. Like right now I'm a little on my planet, but it's in the most simple way, like, because psychology made its progress. You go where the wound is, to heal and you will grow.
Yeah.
That's like I'm using psychological language.
Yeah. Yeah, but people are convinced that that's a business problem that they're tackling, so they're not. They're disconnected from that. Like,
Yeah.
tell me, I need a marketing campaign. Don't tell me about psychological principles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you need to fail multiple
learn.
times to learn.
Yeah.
It's, I think, the most simple way I can say in principle. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But it's more to be called out, like, this is the situation right now that you're avoiding.
Yeah.
Like some companies should shut down already, you know. So I feel like sometimes I'm a bit like a slasher. It's like I'm accelerating the process so you can be free yourself for what's next. Because it's a rotten apple. And then there's all that resistance, but I'm not a quitter. I don't want to give up. It's like, you're not giving up anything. You're just giving up on that version.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting to work around the psychology of that. And so this is like the sunk cost fallacy. I gave it so much. It's like, I need to prove to myself I can make it and turn it around, but you don't control all the parameters here. Like, it was a good idea 5 years ago, and like the market has moved on, but you haven't. You know, so this is like more the hardest part, you know, like the reality check. So there's so much identity here, you know, that is more the blockers than actually the business. And they still have 1 million, like one of the client, she has probably like almost 2 million. It's like, you still have chips in the casino, you know? You
Still
don't have
funding available.
Yeah, you don't have to put all the chips in that direction. Would you start like this again? If the answer is no, you know?
Yeah. But it's their decision to stop it. Even if the good advice comes from outside, for such a big decision, it's impossible to make it on somebody else's judgment.
Yeah, no. No, you can only show what they don't see, right?
Yeah.
And they make their own conclusion.
Yeah.
And that was a powerful question I asked you at CEO that I coached. Because she gave a deadline to the team, 2 months, and if it's not happening, the team is fired, they start over.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And she wanted to quit before that deadline happens. Like, it's just 2 months, and who do you want to be in June? Like, whatever decision, who do you want to be? Because what you do today is going to define who you are, and you're going to have to live with that person in June. So who is it that you want to be? And so then when she started from that point, like, no, I'm not going to quit right now. I'm going to endure. It's very painful. I know that I'm failing, and I can't handle it 2 months more. But and then I'm a learner. So then she framed it. I'm a learner, and I want to learn how to deal with a team I don't like, or who doesn't believe in anymore. Because then I can do it again with a team that is difficult. It's like, okay, that's good. And then you're going to have that. So focus on that and just do those 2 months on that way. So that was helpful to reframe, you know, because for her, like, I'm a failed founder. Because we will miss the deadline. But if I stop it now, I'm in control, right?
Yeah. What do you think she's going to do in June?
I really don't know, actually. That depends on the results. But I think a part of her heart doesn't want to have to have that big grand venture. It's not what she wanted.
Yeah.
She wants to create maybe a smaller business, smaller team. She's a creative. She's a doer. She wants to program things herself, build it herself.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for a team of 30 people, and then where you have to make a billion quickly, you can't be the builder. So I really don't know. But I know what she wants, what her heart wants.
Okay.
But I don't know what she will do.
Okay. Yeah, in that sense, like, there's a breaking point of the relationship because you, at some point, you might be too far ahead, seeing things that she's not ready to accept.
Yeah.
Let's hope that you don't get there, but yeah.
Yeah, that's the interesting part, how much we see, right, in the conversation, but it's not the point here of what we see, it's more what do they see.
Oh yeah.
Always. And having the compassion to also not rub it in the face.
No.
And meet them where they are. But with a little step ahead, like you said, to at least have enough energy to know and not be overwhelmed by, like, that super step is like, it's too much.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready to be that person. So that was very helpful. So like that step ahead in the journey. How do I create the link?
Yeah, I think we all see things, even just in a discovery call. I just had a discovery walk with a potential client last week, and already in that one, I had the first like 3-4 months of coaching in my in my head. Like, I'm gonna ask this, and he's gonna say this, and then I'm gonna ask that, and he's gonna say that. And but obviously the skill, the craft, is to zip it. Like, I don't know anything. Why you ask me? Well, really? You think that? And so really make it make it a natural thing for that to emerge.
Before my class.
Oh, nice. Yeah. What kind of singing do you do?
It's a voice unlocking, so it's not performative. It's a group of women only singing, and it's really profound because they're invited to sing imperfectly to give space for their voice. It is a form of coaching which is like more psychological. She's a therapist as well, and she does that practice on the side, which is singing. It's amazing. Like, there's such a movement now of hybrid healers that are doing in different way, artistically, musically, and so it's very healing, that singing, actually, because you sing and you hear the sound of your voice you've never heard before. You allow yourself to. So I also discover, I play with it. We have a creature language, it's called. So you feel that, and you have some sounds, and you compose with your voice like an instrument. So I'm learning. I'm updating myself as well, accepting every part of me is also in the work I do, because I invite women to also love every part of them. So that's. So all of that I can expense, by the way. Like, this day, this is amazing. Everything I do in my life is an expense.
Oh, right.
So
great.
So there's no separation anymore, except like just the food, because it's like not. But if I go to a class of something, a place, it's usually around the business. So wow, okay.
Everything is a business expense. Yeah. Your life is. Is aligned. Yeah.
And it was a treat to be at Amanda's conference.
Fiscal advantages of having an aligned business.
Yeah, but totally. For me, it was also a treat to myself to be at Amanda's. It was the first conference. She doesn't call it conference, a ceremony.
Yeah.
Where I didn't feel drained at the end of it. I felt super energized. I was like, I'm enjoying myself, every bit of it. It was amazing.
Great. That's awesome.
Okay,
all right, let's go.
To the train.
Yeah.
Before missing it.
Oops. Bust.
Okay, this time it's closed.
All right.
Matteo.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah, thank you for the day. Like, I missed you, but it was necessary. We had to, and then we'll talk more. But I'm happy of the breakthrough. for
Yeah,
today.
wonderful. That was fantastic. When it just came out of you, I was like, okay, yep, that's it.
Oh, ich
Hands off, hands off.
It's ready.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful, safe trip home. We'll talk about many things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Go. Go, go, go.
So, Matteo, how can you give me a little recap of the day, maybe? What?
Yeah, so this is my favorite kind of day and favorite kind of work because it's very natural, it's very organic. We just pick up the client at the station. We do some work together, but we are at the farm, in the forest, at the lake, in the garden, and we do the proper stuff, whiteboarding, discussing things. But then there's a lot of chat, there's a lot of banter. We know I update them on my business, they update me on their business, and we're just having this very normal, very friendly relationship. And in one, let's say half day, 3 hours, more or less, what was 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. So 4 hours. I think we do like a week of work or even more, in the sense that the amount of clarity that we can get, we wouldn't get that if we had like 5 Zoom calls or 7 Zoom calls or more. So I really love like working this way. It feels very, very natural. And then on a day like today, when actually Sophie starts sharing, you know, these issues and these problems and then some insight, and while we're talking she comes up with the phrase that sums up all her mission. Yeah, I have the feeling that I haven't done anything, but I've created that space and that deep reflection, and I've been summarizing and summarizing back to her everything that we said, so that at some point she's allowed to feel what she has to do, and then it comes out in words and I can capture it immediately on the board. That moment is very satisfying.